All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Side Hustle Live. My name is Tomer Soran, and I'm here, as always, with my co-partner in this business, Darby Rollins. And we have our guest host today, Blake Cochran, one of the best creative directors in the business in Austin. And today we are very lucky to have Kim Doyal with us. Kim, how are you doing over there?
Fantastic.
Yeah,
Beautiful day in Costa Rica. I'm quite happy to be here.
Congratulations.
I'm just more nervous about this.
Oh, don't you worry. We're excited to play with you today. Congrats on your recent move to Costa Rica. Kim is coming to us today from contentcreatorsplanner.com, plural on the creators. And we're excited to play with her. So what we're going to do right now is I will jump right into a round of side hustle. Let me just change this out. So we are playing Side Hustle, the party game for entrepreneurs, on sale today on Amazon. Let's roll the die to figure out our category for this round. Little lovely ASMR for you. That would be media and entertainment. And everybody, entrepreneurs, your side hustle is Purple Lantern.
Ooh.
All right. While they brainstorm for themselves, I am going to tell everybody at home about how to play. So let me pull up this lovely graphic. But for everyone at home who's just listening, the rules to side hustle. The investor draws a business card and rolls the industry die. That gives us the parameters for the round. What are you going to brainstorm around? Then the entrepreneurs will take time to brainstorm their ideas based on that to create a product or business to pitch. Then each one will take turns pitching that idea to me, the investor, or whoever the investor is for the round. And after I've asked some critical clarifying questions, I will come back and we will recap, and I will hand out these lovely points cards. I have 2 cards to hand out per round, or every investor does. A funny card, which just whatever makes you smile or giggle, and a fundable card. Where would you actually put your money? And so normally it'd be first to 5 points of any kind wins, but we're just gonna play a few rounds for fun, and you can at home too. It's a really fun way to quickly have a good time with maybe you're getting ready to go out. Maybe you just want a short break before you do something else. It always works. All right, let's get everybody's take on it. You guys ready to go? Yeah, I see some smiles there. Darby, I think, why don't we start with you, our resident expert.
Absolutely, and thank you all for having me here today. My business to present to you is Purple Lantern. Is a business that operates in the media and entertainment industry. Now, the problem that we're approaching and solving with Purple Lantern is the lack of community, so to say, with artists in local cities coming out of a pandemic. We've been disconnected for so long, and it's time to reemerge and reconnect us. So Purple Lantern is acting as the bridge with local artists to support local artists alongside local charities to bring up the cities that they live in while adding some more color, some more flair, some more vibrancy to the cities that we are all emerging in and re-engaging and making new connections with. So while we're big advocates for social justice, we also help support topics like immigration, things like police shootings that shook up the whole country as we were kind of going through this crazy past year and a half. And we're really, connecting the two people, being that bridge between the local artists, the local communities, and the cities that are running them. So everyone builds up with Purple Lantern.
Okay, thank you, Darby. So I understand it's a media company. So is it a news organization? Is it, what service do you provide to anybody?
So that's a really terrific question. Thank you, Tomer. And
thanks.
We act as the media voice and the outlet for the underprivileged voices and underserved voices out there. So that these artists, these fellow community members, these creators that aren't necessarily tapped into how to get more exposure, we help bring that exposure to the people that can help amplify their message
Okay, I see. And you guys are a nonprofit, or you guys are a for-profit?
We like to make money. There's a lot of ways that we do that.
Oh, okay. Guess I'm not going to hear about them today, though. Interesting. Thank you for focusing on that. Let's see. Kim, would you like to go next for us?
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. So, what I want to talk to you about today is the Purple Lantern. The Purple Lantern is more than just a community. It's actually a community built around a cutting edge product that is a biohacking lantern that emits ultraviolet energy waves to save the day for those lonely, tired entrepreneurs. So for those days when you're lacking energy, you're lacking motivation, you just don't want any more coffee, you turn on the Purple Lantern and all problems are solved.
Okay. Okay. So it's a biohacking lamp that changes your mood. And how do you control it?
With a remote.
Oh, of course. How silly of me. I'm so sorry about that. I'm the biggest idiot in the world here. Thank you for that. Do you guys have any specific like spokesperson or one that you're courting that might be perfect for your Purple Lantern?
Well, Ryan Reynolds, naturally, but he's a little bit busy, so we're working a little harder to find somebody else with that edgy personality.
I get that. That's a good old pull from a movie that he is embarrassed to be in. Delightful. Okay. Didn't mean to make a spit take there.
That's all right.
Before Blake goes, I can see we have some people in the audience. If you have your own pitch for any of these things, share them in the comments. We'll read them out. Maybe you can win some points yourself. All right. Blake, let's hear what you have to say.
Okay, I'm ready. I would also buy that Purple Lantern for myself. So I'm a little biased already. Yeah, so you are not wanting to meet people on Tinder or Bumble or these newfound ways. You want to meet people the original way, in the club. So we all know that purple lighting is the best lighting to make you look hot while you're dancing, while you're sweaty. Well, Purple Lantern is actually an extension of that. Once you have met your lovely person in the club and have courted them for many months, it's time to get engaged. Purple Lantern is the engagement service to make you look sexy and bring you back to the place you got met at. Bad grammar. So yes, so we're a full service engagement service. We'll put that stuff up on Instagram. We'll make you look famous. We'll make you look good. And we'll have that good purple lighting to escort you into the rest of your life with your new lover. Purple Lantern.
Okay, so it's a like post-encounter service that like makes you look cool on social media. Is that right?
It's an engagement service that will also make you look good on all platforms.
Okay.
And it brings you back to the place you met, in the club.
In the club. Okay, thank you. Glad to know that I don't have to worry about doing my own engagement. Somebody else will get engaged for me. Maybe I'm misreading that entirely. All right, let's summarize what we have here. We are playing Side Hustle with Kim Doyal. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, as we play Side Hustle, the investor, as I said, has two lovely cards to hand out, a funny and a fundable. Now, I will recap what we have here. Darby came in strong, we think, with the social justice type media company that just makes people, connects people to people helping people, baby. That like not a lot of clarity on the funds there, but I appreciate it. It's we do everything. Then we had Kim with a biohacking lamp that makes you feel a lot better. Purple Lantern, I dig it. And we had Blake that comes in with a service to increase your engagement on social media posts with lighting etc. after you've met somebody that you like at the club, I believe. Delightful. Thank you to the two people who've played this before for the most convoluted pitches I've ever heard. Not a single lick of sense from either of you. Because of that, Fundable goes to Kim. Thank you, Kim, for giving me something I could understand. And
pressure might be good.
Yeah, and then the funny goes to Darby because I have no idea what you're talking about. Let me just give you one. Other side, buddy. Other side.
Wow.
That's right. For those of you only listening, watch the video. You just saw amazing magic cinematography. Great. Well, that was a very fun first round. Thank you, everyone. That's Side Hustle. So let's now get our fantastic guest, Kim, to be the investor and see what we got. Oh, look. We have Jan or Jan Koch here
Jan.
saying, hey, Jan. He's congratulating you, Kim.
Thank you.
Let's get you a dice roll. Ooh, definitely didn't drop it. Good, because it rolled a 2. 2 is tech and apps, is the category or industry. And now let's pull a card. Ooh. Why don't you read that for us? Entrepreneurs, your side hustle is?
Moonscreen.
That's right. All right. So we will now take some time to brainstorm what Moonscreen in tech and apps is. And in the meantime, we'd love to hear more, Kim, about Content Creators Planner or anything else that you feel like telling the audience about.
Well, we'll start with Content Creators Planner, which was created by myself and my brilliant partner, Jody Hirsch. And gosh, we started 2018. It was an idea. We're both, in the digital marketing space. And I sort of fell down a rabbit hole with bullet journals and realized it was like this whole world in of itself. So I don't know, I just came up with this idea for the planner. Jody said, yeah, let's do this. And it's really a framework, though, for creating content that supports your business goals. So it's not like a blank planner. We go in and we teach you, start with your business goals. What are you trying to accomplish? What's the content that supports that? And then we've got a monthly calendar. We've got weekly calendars. And it's all based on supporting sales goals and campaigns. So we're starting to work on version 2. And we're hoping to get that out this fall.
Fantastic. What's the big thing that you're working on for version 2 that you feel is going to be? It seems like it's a very successful product already. Where did you feel that you can push it, or where were you looking to expand it or adjust?
So we're going to incorporate. We don't have email marketing and newsletters in there. I'm a huge fan of both, so we're adding both of those. As well as we're kind of talking with the guys at Jarvis AI that we want to incorporate some of the recipes and frameworks that they've got coming out so that people can say, oh, a blog post, here's a Jarvis recipe. This is a video post, here's a Jarvis. So we're kind of going to add that to. It's not going to be required to have the product, but it was sort of too simpatico to say, no, we don't want to do it. So we're adding a few elements, and then we're surveying customers right now to see if there's anything else that they want.
That's fantastic. Well, it sounded like earlier Blake may be your next customer based on all that. So I think that's going to be nice. But thank you so much for sharing that with us. We'll get more into your work and your story a little later. But for now, you are the investor. It is now time to hear what these silly people have to say. All right. Darby, you're giggling, and so that means you get to go first.
Of course.
Yes. Go for it, my friend.
Moonscreen in tech and apps. Now, we have all familiarized ourselves over the last decade or so with the dating apps on Earth, but what if there was a dating app for the galaxy, the entire galaxy? Yes, I'm talking about Moonscreen. It is the dating app for lunar ticks, right? So there's a lot of rocks out there floating around in space. And quite frankly, it's hard to connect when you're floating around in space. That's why we developed moon screens, so you could literally be a moon that is maybe an under-recognized moon. Your name might be Pluto, might not be Pluto, or the tons of smaller space rocks out there that are just really having a hard time connecting with other moons in your solar system. Enter the lunatics, as we call our awesome community, into our app to connect these rocks, one galaxy to the next. Moonscreen, bringing love to space rocks everywhere.
Bringing love to space rocks everywhere.
Oh,
All right. Well, Kim, you are welcome to ask any clarifying questions or things you want to grill this guy about at all. Or you can just say, I'm good to go.
No, I'm just curious if you have any beta testers or who's already started using the app.
Yeah, so I guess you could say that our beta testers, they're in full force, but they're a bit hard-headed. They're not really good. They're not really giving us much feedback right now, but we do know when they do run into each other, which will eventually happen sometime in the existence of space, that it's going to be a smashing experience.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to Blake.
Okay.
No comeback.
Moonscreen. So this is an app for all those spooky people out there. You've wanted to be a werewolf your whole life. Well, now this is a werewolf tracking app. Yes, technically all it does is track the moon cycles and tell you when you would be a werewolf. But it is the most important function for these people's lives. They know when they can go and be spooky in the woods, and when in real life their werewolf form would come out to play. As a side note, it does also track your period, just for fun. But yes, so Moonscreen, track your werewolf side and have a little spooky fun.
Okay, good. And how about you, Blake? Do you have any beta testers or anyone using the app?
Yes, but most of them are already dogs. And so all these dogs are full dogs and they don't really know how to use the app. So if you would like to participate, we're currently taking in test subjects. We'll also give you a free werewolf costume if you're the first 100 to sign up.
Wow.
Very nice. I like the costume add-on. All right, Tomer, you're up.
All right. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to pitch Moonscreen in Tech and Apps. Are you like me? Is your giant flat screen TV and projector too small? Do you feel like IMAX is too wimpy? Well, we present to you Moonscreen, the first projector that actually projects on the entire moon anything you want. This is the app for you. Do you want to wave at people? Do you want to display your weird cat videos on the moon? Well, guess what? This will project it so everyone on that hemisphere, on the hemisphere that's looking at the moon at that time, will see your video or thing. For those at home who are just listening, I've sketched a little satellite projecting on a perfect moon. This is the best artwork you've ever seen, and if you haven't seen it, too bad.
Can you tell me a little bit about the tech behind the Moonscreen?
Yes, absolutely. So it uses some brand new crystals that we found on an asteroid that are proprietary. That's actually the real reason why Jeff Bezos went up in Blue Origin recently. Was he is one of our co-founders and was checking on the progress. So things are going pretty well. And soon we'll be projecting cat videos in no time.
Okay, that's fantastic. So,
Thank you.
all right, guys. So now I have to pick a funny and a fundable, right?
Yeah, why don't you quickly summarize what you heard in like half a sentence for each of us, and then you get to hand out these lovely cards, however you want to award them.
I always want everybody to win. No, I'm not an 8th place trophy person. Okay, so Darby has a galaxy dating app that with a a galaxy dating app. So for those of you who are tired of dating on Earth, you can start putting some love feelers out there into space and becoming a part of the lunatic community. This is
To clarify, he was specifically targeting like asteroids and rocks.
Yes,
as
thank
his
you.
demographic.
Asteroids and rocks. So, for all of you asteroids and rocks out there who are floating alone, you've got
And
options.
have money to burn.
Love to space. What was it? Love to space rocks?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm like, I'm not sure how that sentence makes sense. All right. Blake has another app, but this is more of a spooky app. And so for those of you who felt cheated by Twilight, for those werewolves, you now have a werewolf tracking app. So you can track the moon cycles to see when you would be turning into a werewolf. And if you're female, it will track your cycle as well. And then we have Tomer, who has the ultimate projector. So if you're tired of just watching TV and movies on small screens, you can now watch them on the moon. And of course, he's got Bezos as an investor. So, they're all actually kind of funny. We're going to say, I think, Blake, I'm going to go with Fundable because we know that I think there are a lot of, we'll leave the word fetish out of this, but you know where I'm going with that. So we'll leave that. And gosh, funny. I'm going to go with Darby. That was just nuts. So Darby, you get funny. Sorry, Tomer.
I get it. I get it.
After you nominated, if you picked me, I feel guilty.
Oh, don't worry about that. This is business, okay? That's how it works. Business. Blake, why don't you be the next investor for us? That sound fun?
Good, yeah.
Cool. Let me roll a die for you. Ooh, 7, which is investor's choice. While she's thinking for a moment, everyone at home, investor's choice is generally you can select from any of our standard industries and categories like tech and apps, media and entertainment, toys and games, etc., or come up with your own. And it can be as vague or as specific as you'd like. Blake, what is the industry?
Okay. Wearable technology.
Wearable tech, fun. And now let's pick a card for you, which is interesting because I pulled entrepreneurs. Your side hustle is Scent Cycle, spelled SCENT, cycle in wearable tech. Fantastic. Blake, you are a guest host today. Welcome and thank you for filling in for he who must not be named.
Tim.
Also, Tim Palladino, a delightful gentleman.
Also.
What? Also, AKA Tim Palladino. Blake, why don't you just share with everybody what you're working on, just so they have context of that, and I'll put up your website as well.
Yes. I am a art director and graphic designer. I'm freelancing right now. Do a lot of branding, and I am currently doing a little side hustle with painting, and I'm trying to complete 1 oil painting a week, and it's I don't finish 1 a week, but I try to do it, and it's really fun and enjoyable, and I get to flex those creative muscles a little more in a different way than just behind the computer, which is really nice. Also, fun fact, I took a wearable technology class in undergrad, and it was the only C I made in all of college. So low bar, guys. I didn't know how to sew, which was the problem.
Fair enough. Thanks for that, Blake. That's awesome. Blake does have some fantastic paintings. You can find them on blakespitz.com, which is definitely a very sexual name. Anyway, great.
I'm okay with being clickbait a little bit.
Okay. What a weird trap.
By my art.
Yes, trapped by the art. Darby, would you care to start us off, please?
Of course I would. All right. So thank you for having me here today. My business is Scent Cycle in the wearable technology industry now. we're a startup and we offer a very unique personal twist to the things that you're already wearing. Chances are if you've got pants on, if you've got a shirt on, or at some point in the past when you've worn pants or a shirt, they've had a button on them. Well, we're bringing custom tailored scented technology to those buttons so that depending on your mood, depending on the situation, depending on where you're at in the world, simply with the press of a button on your shirt, on your jeans, you can activate different scents to evoke different emotions around you and fit into the scene. Now, for a small investment, you can be part of the next big thing in wearable tech, which is ScentCycle. And I think you're a perfect investor. And quite frankly, without your investment in this, our startup is probably going to die. So from the bottom of my heart, please take it upon your buttoned self to invest in ScentCycle.
Can you just, for just a clean take, can you just say that word one more time?
What? Buttoned.
You say it more emphatically on the T's than I've ever heard anyone say it before.
Okay. I don't know. Thanks for really just putting a spotlight on my T's. Tomer.
Tomer. Okay, I have a question. So are these pre-existing buttons on your clothing that you can add scent to, or are these adding scents to a scent button scent button to your clothing? What if you're wearing all sweats?
So we do have buttons that you can I'm so self-conscious now.
You should be.
So we've got these buttons that you can actually add on to your buttonless clothing devices. And we've also got buttons that you can sew on and replace your current wearable clothing that does have buttons with them. And we've also got strategic partnerships with different fashion lines that are actually including our ScentCycle buttons, emphasis on the T, into their clothing lines. And so our distribution network is insanely massive, and it's only going to grow bigger the more often people wear clothes, which seems to be a trend downward in 2021, at least in the world of Zoom that we live in. I might not be wearing pants right now, but I've got my ScentCycle buttons right here on my imaginary cufflinks.
All right. So add a romance scent to your pants button. Gotcha. That's what I would use it for. And one last question. Are these machine washable?
Absolutely not. You need to make sure you remove your...
I was like, oh, okay.
No, I'm just kidding. They're absolutely machine washable. It'd be silly to not have machine washable buttons.
Very good. Who wants to go next? Should we do Tomer?
Well, it would be my pleasure to present to you ScentCycle in wearable technology. Are you like me, a toucan? Do you follow your nose? That's right. Well, I have never been spatially very well adjusted, but I always know my path when I know what smells good. So, do you ride bikes like I do? Do you get lost often? Well, guess what? Our new product ScentCycle will never lead you astray. With scent-based geographic technology, you will know which way to go because it will always smell like your preferred food. Do you love brisket or cookies? Well, guess what? Right or left will smell correct when you wear ScentCycle. I have drawn a picture of a man happily biking, smelling his way home.
It's quite the nose.
It is quite the nose. It is quite the product. Basically, depending on which way you need to go, right or left during your journey, you will get a smell in that direction. And you will get a negative smell in the other one. So you will obviously avoid a dirty diaper or some other sort of trash and lead yourself down the cookie trail. Follow your nose. We've trademarked that. Don't ask about it.
Personally, I feel like people who are riding bikes are probably looking to stay fit and lose weight. How do you counterbalance your forever cookie smell pumping out of your bike so you don't go home and crush a pint of ice cream?
Well, we don't tell people what to do, and it is completely customizable. So maybe, meaning that you can choose what is your positive scent and what is your negative scent. So in the same way that, hey, some people don't react to the same kind of alarm systems, I personally would have selected the perfume of a loved one for the good scent. And I don't know, the farts of a bad dog in the other direction. So you just gotta pick and choose, and it's up to you. Scent cycle. All right, Kim, it's your turn.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for having me here. I'm really excited today because we have one of the latest and greatest inventions in wearable technology. So let me ask you this. Are you tired of working out and feeling like you might smell a little bit unpleasant? Enter Scent Cycle. This is a wearable microfiber vest that connects to your in-home cycle to keep you fresh while adding a scent of your choice to the room you're working out in. We use only organic essential oils, and all you need is one drop. Right now, we're currently beta testing with Peloton, and they love the product. And of course, the vest is washable. You can take the essential oils out. But this way you can smell fresh and freshen the room at the same time while you cycle at home.
Okay, I like that one. Nice and sweet, keep you smelling fresh while you work out. So you just add an oil to a vest that kind of absorbs and permeates it the whole time.
Absolutely. The microfiber, one drop, it automatically will pull the essential oils in and kind of spread it through the fibers so you don't have to do anything else.
Sounds like a thing you could wear outside of the gym too. So I like that.
You could.
Moving in on your territory, Darby.
I'm ready. So Darby had adding buttons to all your clothing, where you could basically select the scent you want to give off, almost like a pheromone or something. And these are machine washable, which is good. And then Tomer is a smelly GPS guiding you and your bicycle around. I hope it's not windy that day. And then Kim is making a microfiber vest with essential oils to keep you smelling fresh in the gym or at home. Or probably most places you could wear a vest. Han Solo probably would smell a lot better throughout the home movies.
Yeah, they never address how smelly Chewbacca probably is.
All right, I think I'm going to give Kim the Fundable because there's a lot of people in the gym that need essential oils. And then I kind of just think funny goes to Darby because I think it's funny that you go and add on extra buttons to all your clothing. Why buttons? I don't know.
You should at least pronounce them correctly, Blake.
Buttons. I have buttons on all my sweatshirts and they're just all over the place.
So many buttons.
So many buttons. Tomer,
they're
yours
easy
is
to,
not.
they're easy to hide and make discreet.
Yeah, that's true.
Sure. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Blake, for running that delightful round. Kim, now, before we do our final, we do a lightning round at the end. Right now, we'd love to just chat with you a little bit more, get to know your product, your journey, and things about you right now. So how did you kind of touched on it a little bit when you talked about your co-founder and how you guys launched this product. I'd love to hear about how was that as an adventure, as somebody who was, trying to plan out a media plan for something that helps you make a media plan. How was the launch and how was that as an adventure of itself?
Well, it's crazy. You know, the funny thing is that we hadn't even met in person until we actually had the physical books in hand. I met her online through something else like 5 years prior. And you know what's funny is I have another hashtag. We use it with the brand. It's everything is content. So I always document what I'm doing. You know, Gary Vee's document, don't create. But so we were sharing it. It's like I've got a Facebook group, content creators, that I'd started before that. So every time I got a layout back, like I literally sketched the pages. Jody did them in InDesign. And then I'm like, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? So we knew that it was valid. Like people were interested. But I don't know why. Kim decides, let's do a Kickstarter. December 3rd, right? And we literally started this in August. So it was a little nutty. And so we went from failed Kickstarter to $40,000 a month was a live stream we did, because we quickly realized we're not going to hit this funding goal. And so, people had funded it. So we're like, screw it. You know, I used to be the WordPress chick. That was my moniker for like 10 years online. And she's got a design agency. So we threw up WooCommerce. We did all the pre-sales. We completely funded the week after Christmas. We launched on New Year's Eve. And it was a little nuts, but we finally had the physical planner in our hand in March of 2019. It was crazy. We just went from idea to just getting it done. And so we just shared what we were doing, which is content. And so people kind of saw what we were doing. It was wild.
That's fascinating. And also what a way to shift a loss into a win from a Kickstarter like that. When you see that's a legit pivot to a successful thing. And I think can give a lot of people hope who go, great, it didn't fund. Now my life is over, or whatever it is. Not the case.
Right. And I mean, if you look at Biz Online, it's like, well, something worked. Not everything worked, but people want it. So now what? You know?
Delightful. That's fantastic. Yeah. I think a fun thing is, you know, I often ask people when they come on here, who is their perfect audience, you know, for this product. And I think we have one in-house right now who might be a decent one. Mm-hmm. Blake as a content creator, for other people as a hired gun of sorts. I would say, how would you, I'd love to hear maybe, you know, a question that Blake might have about the product, or Kim, hear a little bit how you might, you know, pitch that specific person, or what questions you would ask to see if Blake is the right demographic for you, or the right person. Because I think connecting people with their audience perfectly is often the real magic of whether or not something is successful.
Yeah, well, so I'll tell you, like, we spent 6 hours doing StoryBrand together before we launched this. And so we were super clear, and we know the messaging and all that. And our audience, we really assumed was going to be digital marketers, people that understand content marketing and online business. And while that is definitely who buys it, we've had agencies buy it for their customers who build websites and they want to help their customers. But even more so, like, I'm going to just use sort of a psychographic instead of a specific demographic. It's people who understand content marketing is important and they're willing to do the work. Because we have chiropractors, we have dentists, we have realtors, we have photographers. So people are like, okay, I've got to be online and I need to create content. I don't know where to start. You know, so many people get stuck, like, I run out of ideas, or what type of content should I do? And they try to do all, you know, so it's really people who understand the value of content marketing. They're in this for the long haul. They've got a sustainable business, you know, and they're willing to do the work. So it's kind of funny. We don't mean to be like everybody, but anybody who's got an online business, because we definitely have like verticals. We have, you know, like I said, I got on a call with a realtor one time. She's like, I don't understand how to use this part. And I'm like, well, let's talk. And so I walked her through and we created a content plan.
That's fantastic. Blake, do you have any specific questions for Kim at the moment, as somebody who would potentially get this for themselves?
I guess this is my first time seeing it. So like my biggest question is this something that works for someone who is running, say, 4 different campaigns at the same time, or is each book kind of dedicated to one specific, I would guess, brand?
Well, brand, I would say 1 book per brand. You can run multiple campaigns per brand. It's a 90-day calendar. And the 90 days, the whole purpose of the 90 day is also because we don't think you should go beyond 90 days. Like, set the goal, you know, and you can keep recycling. But we do have a Trello board version, which, so we had people telling us, oh, I want to use this for Trello. And so, which we'll be revamping that too. But so Trello is great if you've got multiple brands you're managing.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I typically keep about 4 to 5 on my plate at one time. I learned 6 is far too much. So yes, I'm like doing 5 different brands campaigns, and it gets very confusing sometimes.
It does. And, we're actually researching kind of like Rocketbook to see if our printer, and it's crazy even sourcing a printer. I don't know if this is interesting, but we looked at overseas. We got 5 samples in the US, and the highest quality and the lowest price was somebody out of Atlanta, and lowest minimums. I mean, it was phenomenal. So they're trying to help us find the paper to do more like a Rocketbook, as well as like you can pull the PDF into like GoodNotes or one of the apps, but we want it to be more like you can create an actual planner that functions within, as opposed to just writing on it. So we're playing with those too, but we got to get version 2 out first. So.
Sure. I like that you're trying to look at it from different actual product development sides. A lot of people will just go, well, I put out a book. All I need to do is like reprint the book in different ways or something of that nature. You guys are looking at actually advancing. Right.
Yeah.
Something of that nature. You're actually looking at improving the physical thing. Yeah. That's tough. Yeah. And someone who's working on sourcing products all day long, I know that lovely adventure. So that's good.
Yeah, it is nice.
I'd love to hear a little bit about your recent Costa Rica move and your adjustment there. How has life settled in to your new place in Costa Rica, and what inspired a move out there in the middle of a pandemic?
There was a move right at the beginning of the pandemic. So I was born and raised in the Bay Area. Well, no, but I mean, so I was born and raised in Northern California, love the Bay Area, but my kids are on their own. I was widowed when they were really little, which is why I even started an online business. And so they were kind of off doing their own thing. So the first step, I actually moved to Boise, Idaho in March of 2020. I was like, all right, let's see if I can get out of California, right? Just everybody I know is there. And so I did, and it was Boise. And I mean, it's a pretty area, but I was like, it was pretty much my house. And so it's crazy. Real estate's going nuts. And so they were raising, I was just renting for a year, and I'm like, okay, well, to pay this in Boise, I could be back in California. Or like, what was I waiting for? It was kind of my thought. And I have a hashtag. I make them up all the time. And mine is F the hustle. Like, I'm really tired of hustle culture. I do the work. I really dig getting in and understanding, like, master your craft, like spend time really learning and understanding what you're doing. And I'm just tired of the hustle culture. Hence Costa Rica, right? So it just kind of became like a why not now, honestly. And, my mom had passed away in the summer of 2019. And so made it a little bit easier to leave. God bless my dad. I love him to death. But, thank you. And so I just thought, she gave you this gift of freedom. She's making this a lot easier. So do it. So I've had a friend that's had property here. So she gave me a couple tips. I started posting in Facebook groups. I made the decision like March 1st, and I had my place by the end of that week. Like, everything fell into place. It was just a right move, right timing. I brought my dogs. That was
Delightful.
A little bit nutty. Yeah. But it's amazing. Like, I've met more people. Yeah, Pura Vida. I've met more people here in 6 weeks than I did in a year in Boise. It was a lockdown, and I'm not knocking Boise. It was pretty, but
yeah,
it was, kind of same story, different city, suburbia. I don't know.
That's fantastic. Congratulations on that move. It's not a small feat to get all that organized and to actually pull the trigger on it and to find a place. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
I would say, before we hop into lightning round, last thing I'm always curious about is, oftentimes the people who we can reach the most are the people who are just starting on something. And in terms of content planning and in that regards, and using your product, what is one of the biggest holdups that people have, or pieces of advice that help people organize their thoughts, besides just seeing it laid out and laying it out? How would you say is how would you respond to that in terms of a piece of advice for people who are the newbie, like the realtor or the dentist or somebody who's like, great, I got to do this. I got this thing. How do I fill this out? What's a good place for them to start?
So it's kind of a twofold answer. The first one is that everything is content. Just start telling stories and talking about what you're doing. You know, I used to joke around, the examples I would give people was like, I'm a total Marvel nut. I think I saw Endgame like 3 times in the theaters. I'm like, I probably could have convinced anybody to go see that movie because I loved it so much. So share from that perspective. How would you tell a friend, I'm going to go, you have to see this movie. Oh my God, it was so good. And obviously you're going to go into a little better detail in a blog post or an email or a video, but the easiest way to start creating content is to start talking to people. That's it. I mean, it totally goes to Marcus Sheridan's They Ask You Answer, his book, super easy. So you have to just start doing it. You get clarity through doing, you get better at writing through doing. And the second piece is, if I could do anything over again, starting my business, I would focus on writing. And not so much because I want to be a novelist or anything, but if you can start understanding how words affect people's behavior and actions and whatnot, it's like it comes across everywhere. Like you get better at speaking, you get better at video, you get better at emails. The fact that you can change 2 words in a headline and all of a sudden it converts. You know, it's to understand and put time and attention into writing, but tell stories and get good at writing.
I think that was fantastic advice. There's so many great little bits and factoids in there that I think we could. That was content right there that anybody could would be happy to see. I also think that might be a future question that I might ask almost everybody who comes on here is, if you were to start your business journey again, what would be the one thing that you would focus on, or adjust or do differently, I suppose. We'll work on the wording of that, but that was fantastic. Thank you, Kim. That was delightful. All right, let's pick up our energy a little bit and we will do the lightning round. Darby, you are going to be our investor for this. Of course. Oh, really? Really, Darby? For those in podcast world, Darby has changed his name to Darby Funny Rollins. That's my deep
Button Rollins.
Yeah, with like 4 T's. With 4 T's. So the way the lightning round works, before we do, let's everyone please help me put a little sound to this fantastic lightning round graphics. 1, 2, 3.
Zap, 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 zap. Zap.
That's right. Everybody loves that. If you are a good audio technician, send us your version of the lightning round song. We want to hear it. Now we have ourselves a lightning round. The way the lightning round works is we will roll the industry die. Everyone will have the same industry. And once that happens, we will pull a separate card for each entrepreneur. We will pull it and show it to them, and they will on the spot have to pitch the first thing that comes to their mind. There's a fun way also, if you're at home and you need to just show somebody how this game works, or you want to just do a quick round, it's a great way to just ice break a little bit. All right. So first, let us roll the industry die. We got a 6, which is health and wellness.
It's gonna be tough.
Oh, is it? Darby, Mofo, Funny Rollins. Great. Well, let's go one by one. I'll pull the cards for us. Blake, will you do us the honors of going first?
I guess so.
All right. We are gonna do it in health and wellness. Your side hustle is Switch Kit.
Switch Kit. All right, you are a nurse. We all know how hard life is as a nurse. We've seen it over the last year, and this is Switch Kit. So you're literally hustling down the hall, and you need a full new kit for each room. This is a sanitized kit of anything you might need to take care of your patients. So you're just running down the hall and you just snag a kit off the wall and you keep on running and you go right into the patient's room, take care of them, drop the kit in the bucket and just run to the next one and pull the kit off the wall. So basically it's just a wall full of Switch Kits, and you can always have clean supplies without it being on your mind.
Brilliant. I love the simplicity.
It's what you get when you lightning round. First thing you think of.
Very practical. How many if I'm ordering these from my hospital or private practice, how many switch kits comes with an order? Do you have like bulk discounts? Come in packs of 20?
Well, I mean, it depends on how many rooms you have. Basically, whatever room amount you have is what you would get. And then how Switch Kit works is it's like a kind of a delivery service. So we'll come in, clean them out, clean them up for you so you're not worrying about it. And then attach new ones to the wall, take away the old ones, and refresh them.
Perfect. Thank you. I can't hear you, Tamer.
Yeah, you're silent.
Well done. Well, Kim, will you do the honors of going next for us?
I sure will.
All right. Lightning round, health and wellness. Your side hustle is wet walk.
Okay. I'm cheating a little bit here because I saw that in a previous one.
Ooh, I can change it if you'd like. Let's do that.
It doesn't matter to me. Okay.
Your side hustle is pushy.
All right. So pushy is the ultimate at-home exercise equipment for your tushy. You are going to do squats like you've never seen before. It's easy. You can tuck it under the bed, but it's a small device. You're going to sit on it, and you just push down with your quads. You're going to strengthen your glutes. You're going to strengthen your legs. It's completely portable. You can take it with you on vacation. But the pushy is the easiest at-home tool to strengthen your tushy.
Hell yeah.
How many have you sold?
323,000.
Wow. Congratulations. That's a lot of well worked out tushies under your belt.
Absolutely.
How what do you need my money for? It sounds like you guys are already
the marketing piece of it. This was all grassroots. We've been going to home shows and festivals, and that, so we're trying to get this online, and we really don't have that strategy. So we're looking for an investor to help take this international so that we can do the online marketing and build a community around this, as opposed to us hitting the ground and going to events and trade shows.
So you guys have hit the ground and door to door sold 320,000.
A lot of doors.
Your in-person demonstration must be absolutely impeccable.
It's a great tool for moms who are working with little, they're at home with their kids. They can sit down at their level and get a workout while they play with their kids. It's an easy sell.
Wow, I'm sold. Thank you.
All right. It is my turn to do the honors. I have not seen this card. Let's see. Lightning round, health and wellness. Pot plus. Okay. So I love cooking so much that I want only one pot for the rest of my life. And this is that pot. It is a self-cleaning, self-seasoning, self-cooking pot. It is way better than the Instapot or the NutriBullet. It is every single kitchen utensil in one. It will cut, dice. You just put anything into it and it will come out delicious. And don't look inside while it's happening. Definitely nothing nefarious happening inside or weird extraterrestrial thing. Pot plus.
This begs the question, Tomer, and thank you for your pitch.
It's my pleasure.
Go in a completely different direction. That I know you can't say this on camera, but have you guys harnessed extraterrestrial aliens to cook inside of this pot?
Let me just ask my overlord real quick. No, we have not dealt with any extraterrestrials at all, of any nature at all.
Did your overlord tell you to say that, even though you are clearly lying because you looked left twice and are blinking?
Let me check with my overlord again. No, I'm not lying about this at all.
Well, I'm sold then. If that's the case. It sounds like incredible.
Excellent. I'll inform the overlords.
All right. Awesome, Bill. That was a fascinating lightning round with the our three wonderful contestants. We're going to start things off with Blake and Switch Kit. In the health and wellness category, it was a these fast, quick sanitization kits that people can use to help nurses or things of that nature to help people get back to good health and then easily be disposed of so they can get on to the next patient who needs their help. Kim was the pushy for your tushy. They've sold 320,000 of these, knocking door to door, going to in-person events. And they're looking for an investment to learn how to start a Shopify store.
That's also the best tagline I've ever heard.
And
pushy for your tushy. So good.
And Tomer with Hot Plus in health and wellness is the self-cooking, self-cleaning, basically anything you need in the kitchen cooking pot that is absolutely not utilizing any sort of extraterrestrial life forces or evil overlords.
Not a chance.
Direct this nefariously awesome kitchen cooking tool. Okay. Well, I got to be honest with you. I see a lot of upward potential in pushy, because who doesn't need to work out their tushy? And I happen to have a lot of experience in a vast network of service providers that can help you get online and sell more of these products. So you get the Fundable, Kim.
Boom.
So fundable.
Yeah.
Funny.
I am fundable today.
For funny, I gotta go with Tomer. I gotta go with it.
I got 1 point. That's
One
all
point.
I got.
I was feeling bad.
Show.
I was feeling bad that you didn't have any wins going into this last round. So
That's
you were
good.
a close second, Blake, but
The
It's only
overlords
two
will
left,
be
so.
pleased.
well,
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for playing that. Before we head out, Kim, I'd love to bring you back in and just have you give a call to action to our lovely audience.
Yeah, pick up a copy of the Content Creators Planner at contentcreatorsplanner.com. We actually have a 30% off sale right now because we are getting rid of version 1 while we wrap up creating version 2. So it's a great time to pick it up. We do have a PDF and a Trello version, as well as a couple classes and whatnot. But get the planner. It'll make your content marketing so much easier and clearer.
That sounds fantastic. Thank you so much for
I'm
that.
talking in pitches. I'm sorry.
Well, I did ask you to do it, so that's fair enough.
Okay.
For everyone out there who thought, hey, this looks like fun, well, it is. Go pick up your copy of Side Hustle today. It's available online on our website and on Amazon. And find content for this or just these awesome pitch clips. And please share your own at Play Side Hustle, #productiveplay. No reason why you can't have fun and maybe learn something at the same time. In the meantime, everybody, if you also would love to be on our show, please do reach out to us at team@playsidehustle.com. We'd love to have you on, love to hear your story, love to have you share it with our world and get to know yours. In the meantime, everyone, really, Darby changed my name to Tomer, not funny Saran.
You just noticed.
I only just noticed. And on that note, everyone have a great day, except for Darby. Have fun and stay safe out there. See you next week.
Thanks, you guys.